Hey guys, it's Carla. Today I've already painted my background on my canvas panel and I've drawn on the outline, and obviously the background is dark, so I can't use a dark outline, so I used white pencil. On my palette I've got white, golden sunset, admiral blue, and burnt umber. So a very limited palette. And this is going to be a really loose painting. Very loose brush strokes and very choppy. Alright, so I'm going to start with my background and get all of that covered before I start on the people. So for the background, I'm using a round brush. I might use it for the whole thing. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to mix some white, and I just want to dirty up the white. Just kind of maybe a mixture of everything. Alright, so I'm just going to very loosely brush this in. I do want to go all the way against my people though, because even though I'm going to leave a gap, I'm going to leave it when I paint them, not the background. So right now I'm going right up against the outline. This round brush is handy because it has the pointed tip on it and allows me to get into the smaller areas. But then it's also fairly large, so I can use it for the bigger areas too. Alright, now with my dirty brush, I'm just going to pick up some white and just kind of create some texture back there. And brighten it up a little bit. But this kind of adds to the messy, loose look. Okay. now I think I'll start on their clothes. So they're all going to have kind of a different color of clothes on. And you can come up with your own colors. Okay, so now when I put this on, if you'll notice in the reference photo, it's almost like each of them are outlined. So I don't want to go all the way against my background color. I want to leave this little slither of dark, but not like a straight line. I want to kind of make it messy. Okay, and maybe down here the same color. And I'm just creating colors as I go, so I'm just trying to avoid having two of the same color beside each other. Okay, so right here, again, I'm coming almost to this other color, but not quite. I'm leaving a little slither. All right, now maybe blue it up a little bit. Now again, right here, I leave a slither. If you accidentally don't leave that, then you can always come back with the burnt umber and put it back in. So it's no big deal. Okay, now I need a base color for his robe, but I want it to be fairly light. I want the base color to be light, and then I want the highlights to be really bright. So again, I'm leaving the gap. And right here I want to leave a gap too that indicates his arm meeting his sleeve. I think I just said his arm meeting his sleeve. I meant his body meeting his sleeve. And the same thing over here. Leave that little slither, but like I said, if you don't, you can always come back and put it back in. I'm sure I'm going to have to do that with some of them. Now I can use this light shade to kind of put some texture into some of these other robes. Just very choppy. Alright, I'm going to rinse my brush. And lighten that up a little bit. Okay. I want to kind of start forming like creases and things in his robe. Nothing real specific because I want this to stay very loose. And while I've got that, I'll use it in other areas. Okay, now I'm going to look around and see where I do need to come back with some of the dark lines. So I'm thinning it down so that I can get a nice thin line. And I'm using the tip of my brush. So maybe a little bit there. There really might not be much. I think I'll just leave it all. Very abstract. All right, now I want to come in with the faces. So I'm going to mix up a shade until I get what I want. Maybe something like that. Let's see. That might be a little too light. Okay, so I'm not getting detailed at all with this. I think there's only 3 hands showing. Oh, but there is maybe a little bit of his neck showing. Maybe his neck. Okay, now some of the hair needs to be kind of roughed up a little bit and covered, because I don't want these hard lines. So I'm just kind of squiggling my brush so that I get some more realistic hair. Not realistic, but just not a hard line that looks bad in art. And this also gives you the chance to cover up some of your white pencil. All right, now I want to make his robe stand out more. So I'm cleaning my brush and I'm going in with just white. And I just want to kind of scumble this around really thick. Okay, now I want to mix up a little bit of a highlight color for the skin. And I'm just dabbing this in. Doesn't have to make sense, it's just a little highlight to give it more texture. Now I might brighten some of the robes up a little bit, but I don't want to go with solid white on any of them because I want Jesus' robe to be the focal point. But some of these can have more highlight. Now one more thing I need to look at is maybe putting some more shadows in some places. So just need a little more brown. So one thing is if you didn't leave it scruffy enough, messy enough, you can kind of use a dry brush and just with the side of the brush, just kind of scumble in some little places. Okay, I think that might do it. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you try this one. Until next time, God bless you.